ways that I could approach this video right here today. And this is how we're gonna do it. This is my response to TK9's response to Doc Dark 1985. So here we go. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna address certain things that he said throughout the video, and we're going to also address Doc Dark's concern as well. Here we go. First thing TK9 said that was just blatantly a lie. And it made him seem Xbotish. I'm not gonna say he's an Xbot. I'm gonna say it was Xbotish, okay? So he said Xbox has never failed. So we don't have article after article after Reddit post after Reddit post of people thanking Phil Spencer for saving Xbox. If you never failed, that means you wouldn't need saving, would you? Let you know one thing, Doc, when people say they never failed means they never actually tried at something either. So that's a good point you should keep out for this Xbot community that you're now roaming through. Point 2 of never failed. So what is the Kinect? Is the Kinect not a failure of Xbox and Microsoft? It's so much a failure that they lied on game boxes saying that if you hook the Kinect up, games would be better with the Kinect. Not true. Another point that is not true. Check, man. It's a lot of things that we're going to go through that Xbox has done that we can say that's a failure on their part. Number 3, Doc says you should stop talking about accessories. That'll go into another point, but let's tie this bow. Yes, Doc, they love accessories, my guy. They are the king of accessories, so much that they're known for milking customers with accessories. How about selling the Xbox with no Wi-Fi back in the day, and then you had to buy the Wi-Fi adapter? If you're an Xbox OG fan, then you know Xbox milks customers with accessory after accessory after accessory. That goes along with not putting games first. And this will go into another point, Doc and TK. So he says, stop promoting lime green controllers. It doesn't matter what color, Doc. Camo, green, it doesn't matter. TK9, you know why Xbox doesn't put, you told me, right? You told me, oh, you should have played Record. It's a good game. City Girls is a good game, right? And Doc was like, well, damn, that's more promotion than Xbox ever does for those games. You know why Xbox doesn't promote their games? Is either one or two options if you're a corporation, right? Is either that you don't believe in the games, right? Or you don't care about the game. You don't believe it enough to push it, or you don't care about the games. That's not your get on. And that's the troubling part, Doc. This is why you should worry about when people say, well, we have 22 new acquisitions. I don't care what you say you have. The last generation was shaky. Now you're entering this generation shaky. Another failure from Xbox, since you say they never failed. Okay, E3. What was that, E3 or Xbox event where they showed off Halo Infinite? Who in their right brain at Microsoft, Phil Spencer, let this slide of getting presented like it looked good? It didn't look good. That's a failure from top to bottom. What does the fish rot from? The head down. This is why I say the Clippers and the Laker comparison, because when you guys perform, you guys got to cover up banners because you haven't won anything in a long time. Okay, so when we perform, take the banners down, you see all those accomplishments. You see all those accomplishments. You see all of those accomplishments. Power, another thing TK9 said, we're not worried about Xbox. We're not worried about Sony. TK9 said we're not worried about Sony. If you're not worried about Sony, then I think you're having cross signals because your company is worried about Sony, and so much so that you shit on the DualSense, but your company sent out emails and surveys to Xbox Series X and S owners about the DualSense technology and if it was good and did they hear about it and would they like it and implement it in Microsoft technology. Seems like they're worried. Those 22 new acquisitions, seems like they're worried. If you ever dig deep enough into these acquisitions, they look like panic buys, okay? This is what I'm talking about. Halo Infinite from the rip, failure. Xbox One generation, failure because you guys brag about games that they haven't promoted. Whose fault is that? Is that your fault, TK? No, it's not your fault because you're an Xbox fan. You're into it. But if your own company that you're representing isn't on the same page with you, isn't that mixed signals? The lines are crossed. Something's wrong in the matrix. If your company that you're always on the front line for isn't doing the things that you say, or is doing the things that you say you're not worried about, that means you need to get on the same page with your company, bro. You are worried about what Sony's doing. That's point blank period. And you guys should promote your own games. Tell Microsoft, promote the game. You know why nobody heard about Record? Because they never promoted it. I never heard them promote. I never watched TV. See Returnal commercials everywhere. The promotion is heavy. That's all you hear about is Returnal. I never heard about City Girls. It's no promotion for those type of games because Xbox doesn't value the games. So a company who goes from not valuing games, Doc, to all of a sudden valuing the games, that's the company you're gonna believe? Trying to tell you guys, when Doc says levels and Meek Mill says levels, it's actually factual actuals, man. He's telling the truth. It is levels. Clippers, Lakers, banners, trophies, parades, champagne pappies, all that type. Who was the Clippers? Kawhi, PG, playoff P? Stop, playoff P. Stop it. That's the team you're going to be representing, dog. Just know the position that you in. You're hoping and wishing, just like that kid on the bus for the Lunchable commercial. That's all you're doing until you see the fruits of the labor. I don't want to hear nothing. You know what I mean? Talking about Returnal is Record. Play the game. Oh yeah, talking about play the game. Another thing for my brethren who want to complain about $70 games. This will round it out on this one, Doc. And TK. We have an expensive ass hobby. Like an expensive one. Really expensive one if you ask me. But I have a friend who plays golf. He spends around $3,600 a year playing golf. He doesn't game. He doesn't go running or nothing. He just plays golf and drink beer, eat wings at the clubhouse. But I never hear him complain about his hobby because that's what he's into. And if you're into something that much, you're going to dedicate and allocate a certain portion of your money to it, no matter what the cost is, because that's what you're into. I spent $500 for this system. I can spend $70 for a game. You say, oh, it's DLC, it's this, it's that. Listen, my grandpa told me a long time ago, very long time ago, if you can't afford the gas, that means you shouldn't be driving. And then another incident later on in my life, I'm about to go out with one of my OGs. He like, yeah, get dressed, we're about to go out to dinner. I'm like, dang, what type of restaurant is it? I need to know what type of money. He like, listen, if you need to figure out the money, that means you need to take your ass to Old Country Buffet. If you can't sit at the table with me, go on down to Old Country Buffet, get food off that. This is your boy, Ralph Angel, reporting from Cloud Data Media. I'm signing out.